So the idea is that a good site wants to protect themselves from CSRF attack. So it includes a secret token into the web page, for example, in a hidden field of a form. Okay. So, and then it expects that whenever the user submits the form, it includes the secret. Okay. So the idea is that the user has to fetch the form from the server first. So it has that hidden field. And then when it clicks, submit, that hidden field is included and sent to the server, and the server checks it. Now, an attacker wouldn't be able to, if the attacker just crafts the URL for the post, they wouldn't be able to know what that token is, what that random token is. Moreover, it's very important that, so of course the token cannot be something that you can guess. You want to be unpredictable, the token, so the attacker cannot guess it. But it's also very important that this token is bound to the user session ID, okay? So you have a user that logs in to bank.com, so then they have a session ID, like a session token, and when they fetch a form, this CSRF token is bound to that user. So the user can post the form only with that CSRF token. Now, if the attacker crafts a post request that on behalf of the user, they won't know the CSRF token for the user. Sure, the attacker can get his own CSRF token by logging into bank.com, but that won't match the one that corresponds to the session ID of the user on the server side. Okay, so again, the idea is that the server is going to embed a CSRF token, which is again a random token, into the forms in the hidden field. So when the form is submitted, it contains that token that the server can check. And importantly, that token is bound to the user's session ID, so that the attacker has no idea what is the CSRF token for that user. So he can forge it when he forges the URL. Any question? Is it clear how the CSRF token is used?
Nicholas asked, how can a browser retrieve the CSRF token in the first place?
So how can the browser retrieve the CSRF token in the first place? So when you are a victim, you're a good user, you go to bank.com, you are going to fill in a form, for example, for posting a transaction, by sending money to someone. You are fetching the HTML from the server. The HTML contains the form and contains the CSRF as a hidden field into the form. So the web server is going to embed the CSRF token into a form, a hidden field, so that it's not visible to the user, so it doesn't bother the user to see a random value. Whenever the user navigates to a page in which it wants to fill in, recipient to sender and transaction. Is it clear? Noah, you have a question?
Yeah. Why doesn't the server just change the token every time you request a new page? Like, it could just have no token set if you haven't requested a page. So you could never submit a form from another website and then just randomize the token every time.
Absolutely. So this is actually what's happening. So what's happening is that you're a user, let's say you logged into bank.com, you have your session token, that's fine. But then you don't have any CSRF token assigned at all until you fetch a form. When you fetch a form with a hidden field, absolutely, then it's going to have this CSRF token waiting for you to send the form. The moment you send the form, it's going to clear off that CSRF token. You fetch another form, it's going to give you another CSRF token. Absolutely. You want this to be as short-lived as possible because you don't want the attacker to start guessing them. Absolutely, very good point.
Yeah.
Any other question about the CSRF tokens?